Welcome to the SDC Deals lead list generator. To get started, you will want to either create a free account to give it a try or view our subscription plans. If you want to create a free account, that'll take you to the My Account tab where you can enter your information here. So you simply put in your email address and a store to try, and we'll email you the credentials for that account. So I'll go ahead and put in an email address here as an example, and I will choose Kohl's as my store, but you can see there's over 25 different stores that you can choose right now, and that list will be growing. Once I do that, I simply click Create Free Account, and an email verification will be sent to that email address. Once you verify, you'll receive the credentials that you can use to sign in to the scraper. So you can see here is the welcome email asking me to verify my account. I simply click the verify button, and then your account has been created successfully. The welcome email is then sent with the credentials. So here is the account activated email with the login credentials. You'll put in the email address, the username, and the password in the setup credentials settings. Once you have your account for SDC Deals, this is where you will put in the username that you received and the password, and make sure you put in your email address. Once you've done that, you'll want to click Validate Scraping Credentials, and it'll tell you that it is valid. You can see that if I put in a couple extra characters, it would say that it's wrong, so it actually does test the credentials. So this screen is where you'll set up the different accounts that are used to generate the lead list. So the scraping system, that's the one that we just set up. There's two others that are required for this. One of them is Oxylabs, which I'll get into in a second, and the other one is Keepa. So most people have a Keepa account. These are the credentials that you would use to log into Keepa. You can validate that the formatting is correct and it shows valid. So the other one that is required is called Oxylabs, and this is an API scraper. So what this does is bypass bot detection and download data from websites. So you can register for a free trial with Oxylabs by clicking this link, and then all you would need to do is try Oxylabs. And once you sign in and sign up, you'll be able to get your Oxylabs username and password that you'll be using for the scraper. This will give you 5,000 products to try for free. That allows you to do the scraping, test it out, and then if you want to subscribe, they do have a monthly plan that you can choose as well. Once you are logged into Oxylab, this is kind of what you'll see. You'll see the current plan if you are subscribed, the usage statistics, and information about the scraper. So what we're looking for is to go over here where it says Web Scraper API and click that. What you'll need to do is select users, and then you'll want to create a user or add a username. So, and here I've created my username and I've associated a password with it. You can see it has my username, SDC Deals, and then it appends characters to the end. So once you've gone into Web Scraper API, users, and created a user, that's the user credentials that you're going to want to put in, and you'll want to make sure that you get the full username, not just the part you specify. It adds characters to the end. So note that this is different than the email address and password that you use to sign up for Oxylabs. This is creating that web scraper user. Once you have that, simply copy that and go back to the scraping system, paste that in here, and then put in the password that you chose and validate the credentials. It will test to make sure that the credentials are valid, which is very important when you're actually submitting a test job. So you can see here it's valid. Again, if I add an extra character and I test it again, it says it's invalid. So you want to make sure this says valid with all of the information here. It tests it, it comes back, it shows as valid, and then you'll be able to save your credentials. So once you have the scraping username, password, Oxylabs, and your Keepa, you simply go down to the bottom and do Save All Credentials. You'll see up here, Credentials Saved Securely. So these are saved on the back end, and you'll notice that if you go away from this screen and go back, all that information is there. Even if I close and come back in, it'll still save it. So this is really only something that you should need to set up once. Once you have that and you have your account, you have options to subscribe. If you wanted to choose a different plan, we have different plans that you can choose from. You have a starter plan that's like $50 a month for 5 stores. So you'll choose 5 stores out of this supported site list of 25 and growing. The other option is 10 stores for $79, and we have an all-store plan, so you'll get access to all retail stores as including more stores as they are added. If you want to subscribe, you can simply click the subscribe now button. The same process will go through. You'll do the subscription. You'll have a prompt to actually choose which stores that you want if you do the 5 or 10, or if you have the all-store plan, you'll just get your credentials that give you access to all stores. So you can see my account is all stores, unlimited, and these are all the different stores that I can generate. You've set up your either free account or subscribed and your credentials are set up. To actually generate a lead list, you just go to Submit Job. Here's where you're going to choose which store you would like to run against, and you'll enter a search URL and the number of pages and discount. So let's just say I want to do Kohl's. I'll bring up Kohl's and I'll simply do a search for something like shoes. What that does is bring up search results. So what this lead list generator does is take all of these results, download them, compare them to Amazon, and provide a list that you can use to source those products and see which ones are profitable. So I'll simply copy this URL as I've done that search. That's what I'm going to paste in here. And I just paste that. I say Kohl's, I say 5 pages and a 17% discount, which is what you get with their Kohl's Cash promotion. And then I simply submit the job. So you'll see job submitted successfully, and I can look in my jobs and I'll see here that my job is queued. And then as soon as the backend has picked it up, you'll see it update to running. So I'll simply wait, and you can see if I made a mistake or I didn't want to do that, I have the option to cancel the job. If I would like, I would just click that button. And then you can see here that when the job is completed, you have the option to download the results directly by clicking that button. And it simply opens up the file or downloads the results. The other thing is you'll receive an email with the attachment, and you can also download the results directly from the email. So you can see here my job is running. I can simply monitor this. It runs in the background, and then when it's ready, it sends me an email with the attachment. So here's what it looks like once your job is complete. You'll get an email. It tells you the search that you performed. It says download your results. And you'll notice it's also attached to the email. If it's small enough, it's within 25 megabytes, then it can be attached. Otherwise, you simply click download your results and it will download it right to your computer. And you can open it from there and start sourcing with your lead list. If you're interested, we do have videos on exactly what you can do with the lead list that is generated as far as filtering, finding the most profitable products, looking at things like low sales rank, high ROI, low competing offers, things along those lines. We also have guided coaching if you're interested with our just-in-time sourcing. With this system, you're able to generate lead lists that have products that are in stock where you can pick them up locally or ship them like overnight shipping so that you have them on hand, and bulk upload listings and then only purchase the products that have sold. So if you're interested in that, we do have a guided coaching section. You can click a book free consultation if you want to talk about it, or you can purchase that, and there's some information on what exactly that entails. But that is the scraping system for generating lead lists. Just let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for trying it out.